Shadowed Battlegrounds presents Shadows Over Albion, the Invasion Chronicles, Episode 1, Operation Sealion. James Thompson, a spirited 17-year-old, lived a relatively peaceful life in the heart of the English countryside. His home, a quaint cottage surrounded by rolling hills and lush greenery, was a stark contrast to the war-torn reality of the world beyond. Despite the ongoing war, James found joy in the simplicity of his daily routines, often helping his father with the farm chores and playing football with his friends in the nearby fields. James was a member of the British Homeguard, a voluntary defense organization made up of men too young or too old for regular military service. His decision to join stemmed from a deep sense of duty and a desire to protect his homeland. The Home Guard provided basic military training and drills, preparing them for the possibility of an invasion. One early morning, James awoke to birds chirping outside his window. He quickly dressed in his Home Guard uniform, which, although slightly oversized, made him feel a part of something greater. His mother, a kind woman with a warm smile, prepared breakfast as the smell of freshly baked bread filled the air. "Morning, Mom," James greeted her as he entered the kitchen. "Good morning, James. Ready for another day of drills?" she asked, placing a plate of eggs and toast in front of him. James nodded, his eyes sparkling with youthful enthusiasm. "Absolutely. We've got to be prepared, just in case." After breakfast, James headed out to meet his fellow Home Guard members. The village green served as their training ground, a picturesque setting now filled with the sounds of marching feet and shouted commands. The camaraderie among the men was evident, a mix of seasoned veterans and eager youngsters like James, all united by a common cause. Later that afternoon, after a long day of training, James made his way to a secluded spot just outside the village of Hawkinge. Under a large oak tree, he found Alice, his girlfriend, waiting for him. Alice was a sweet girl with a gentle smile and bright eyes that seemed to light up when she saw James. "Hey, you," she greeted him, her smile widening as he approached. "Hey, Alice," James replied, feeling a warmth spread through him at the sight of her. They sat together under the tree, the shade providing a cool respite from the afternoon sun. They talked about their days, their hopes, and their fears. James shared stories from his training, while Alice spoke of her work, helping in the local hospital. "I worry about you, you know," Alice said softly, looking down at her hands. James reached out and took her hand in his, reassuringly squeezing it. "I'll be fine, Alice. We all will. We're ready for whatever comes our way." Their peaceful moment was interrupted by the distant sound of an approaching vehicle. A Home Guard messenger, breathless and urgent, arrived with grave news. "The Germans have landed on the beaches. We need to prepare for the worst." The announcement sent a ripple of shock through James and Alice. He felt a chill run down his spine as the reality of the situation sank in. The invasion they had prepared for was no longer a distant threat. It was happening now. James stood up, determination etched on his face. "I have to go, Alice. We need to get ready." Alice nodded, her eyes filled with both fear and pride. "Be safe, James." As James hurried back to the village to join his comrades, he glanced back at Alice, her figure still standing under the tree. The weight of the coming battle was heavy on his young shoulders, but he knew he had something precious to fight for. The last thing Alice sees is James standing resolutely among his fellow Home Guard members, the weight of the coming battle heavy on his young shoulders. If you like this story and want to see more, click on the icon, top left. If you want to help support our channel, please hit the subscribe button on the top left. Also, if you can, please share on social media if you like. Thank you.